We are live.
Hey.
Hello. I didn't have no notification yet. There you go. No one here yet.
I'm still waiting to get my notification. That's strange.
Hello, everybody.
I didn't get the notification. I'm still waiting. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. Stamp Wars 15. Awesome.
Hi, Susie, Karen, Jerry, Belinda, Jamie, Pam, Maureen, Kathleen, Lori, Carol, Vivian. Yes, thank you, Susie. Thumbs up and put your live chat on. Not top chat, live chat. So you see everybody's chat.
Hello.
Hi, T. She's got her cheese balls and chocolate. That's an interesting combo.
The baby's right here drinking milk.
Is she sleeping?
She's halfway sleeping, so if she wake up, I'll call Sin down.
She'll be fine.
I'll tell Sin come get her.
Thank you for keeping my seat warm.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody. They say Nancy's getting younger.
Leah, I forgot the note on my desk. Can you grab that note, son?
That's funny. Nancy's getting younger.
Yes, I am. I'm the fountain of youth. I keep cloning myself. Thank you.
Hi, Richard.
Here's my Steelers glitter tumbler. All the glitter's at the bottom now.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend shaking it right
turn
now.
it over.
No.
Hi, T.
Chow, did you put something in the FSC?
Yes,
I
I
did.
did.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I guess some people didn't get the notification. They're not getting the notification.
I posted the link.
Me
Cool.
too.
Hi, Candace. Hi, Jerry.
What, Leslie? Why wouldn't there be a Stamp Wars? Silly girl.
Hi, Susie.
I need to make my font bigger so I can see it.
Okay, make sure you have live chat on. That's what I'm doing now. Turn my phone all the way down.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Sleep. Now.
Hopefully everybody's got their card spot lists. If you didn't,
Hi, Pam.
foiling
Hi,
combo.
Sherry.
Lois. Hi, Sherry. Hi,
Hi,
Janet.
everybody.
Well, hello, Cynthia.
Hi,
Susie.
Meta.
Hi, Meta. Hey, Debadoo. Oh, you're
Hey.
so excited. We're so excited. Well, I'm so excited. I think these guys are nervous, but I'm excited.
Hey, Simon.
I'm not nervous.
Hi, Simon.
Hi, Simon. I'm
Get
excited
this
to
party
open the box.
going.
Whatever
I
happens,
would just like
happens.
to say this is one of the two boxes that came, and this box is pretty nicely stacked with giveaway items. And
Well,
this
you
is
all-
the box that has all of the things that you guys got. This is my box of things.
And
So
you
this
said
is
that
literally the box that they got.
there's extra stuff in there that we can use as a giveaway too if
Yes,
we want.
there is. There is plenty.
Goodness.
Nothing falls out.
Yes, Debadoo. I saw it. I must have it. I must have it.
Oh,
I must have it.
What's
Let me
it
say
called?
again. I must have it.
So if anybody wants to get the purple that was released today from the Tim Holtz Distress collection for Tracy,
yeah,
Go
'cause
for
she's
it.
coming here in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna try not to make her buy it until she's here when we go to the Allentown Stamp Show. And if anybody's
Leslie,
going to the Allentown Stamp Show, let us
it's
know because we
purple.
want to meet as many of you as we can.
That's why I'm smiling, because it's purple,
what was it
Leslie.
called? What's it called? Do you guys know what it's called?
Like poison something, right?
Vicious.
That's terrible.
Poison,
Let me
something
look
like
at my,
Purple. We just knew it was purple.
I'll look at my
Chelsea has the
Facebook.
screenshot, so it's probably on the screenshot.
I have it on my Facebook page. Here it is. I can't read it, but I'll tell you. It is villainous
There we go.
potion.
Potion.
Villainous
Potion.
potion.
Susan, you'll have to wait and see. Susan said, do they have to use everything in the box? Susan, if they use everything in the box, we'll be here for 18 hours. Pam
Oh,
says she got her
God.
lunar paste today. Amazing. Debadoo says hi to everybody. Suzanne says hi to everybody. Suzanne, I mailed your package out yesterday.
Yay, Susan.
Hi, Joyce. Tracy Fear says, I already pre-ordered it when it came out. Tracy, I mailed you a package today.
All right, Lois.
Hi,
We're in
Carly.
good company.
Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Sheila. Sheila, I want to see you. Yes.
Yeah,
It is
I
not
agree,
Abraham.
It looks like seedless preserves. That's exactly what I thought too when I
It
first
looks-
saw it.
Abraham, go to your regular name. I'm going to be calling you Ken Abraham. Ken Abraham. I can't think. Lori loves purple. Everybody loves
Hi,
purple.
Bernie.
Hi, Michelle. in
Hey, you know, purple
Australia.
is the color. Hey,
No.
Michelle.
So, Michelle, I went to the post office and they told me Australia is not accepting mail. So I have to find another way to mail you your birthday present. I will get it done to you. May not happen till next year, but you'll get it.
Hello, Lynn Leonard.
All right, we got
Jim.
62 people. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Candace. So I'll go into a little backstory here, and then I think we'll have some surprise guests joining us. So if you are new,
They're not
what are
here
you
yet. Let
owing
them know.
at already?
I said,
Yeah.
oh, a surprise guest.
Oh,
They're
Oh,
not
I
here
forgot
yet.
about the
We don't know
surprise
who.
guest.
I know, it's exciting.
all right. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. These are my girls. So we have Tracy Schultz of The Hopeful Crafter. We have Stacy, who is one half of S&R Creations from the Heart. And we have Chow from Create with Chow. You will want to follow each of their channels as well, because, oh, I only see 62. So if you're seeing 124, that's even better.
I'm seeing
Um,
123.
Okay, good. Mine's way behind then. So they each have their own channel, as well as Tracy Fear, who is our moderator. She is from Not Afraid of Color. So you will want to follow each one of their channels. And at the end, I will link everything you will ever need to know. I can't link it now because that will ruin the surprise. So we will link everything at the end. If you're catching at the replay, we will have Stamp Wars 1 through 14. Welcome to Stamp Wars Trademark Pending number 15. So we're excited. Stamp Wars is a show we put on once a month, and we get sponsors that will send us product, and they have no idea what's in the jumbo box they have in front of them. But once they are allowed to open the box, I will give them something to do within about an hour. I will tell you guys that our original
Stacy.
yes. And yes, I did recommend that they all wear their aprons. So our original guest has come down with the flu. He is here tonight on the chat. And so that's Simon. We hope you feel better. We're sorry.
Simon!
Oh, poor
I
Simon. Everybody guessed it was Simon. Everybody
I
guessed.
didn't say it was from Simon. I said Simon
No,
was
they
going
guessed
to be
he-
our special guest, and he was
No, they guessed
he was
going
going
to be
to
a
play
guest.
along
Yeah.
with you guys. Yes, Simon was going to be a guest. He was going to play along with you guys. So I told Simon once he feels better, then he'll open his box next week or so, and then he will, make some videos for you guys as well. But yes, Simon's not feeling well. So Simon, please get better. Simon has the flu. So feel better, Simon. All right.
Aw, poor Simon.
I know.
That
We were
sucks.
really excited. Jim Eber is guessing a 6-pound glitter bomb. So I
just saw
want
that.
to know. I want you guys, and I want the audience. I want each one of you to take a turn and tell me what you think is in the box and why you think that it's in the box. So Tracy, go ahead. You start first.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Okay, so I think it's a resin project, like jewelry making or some sort of project like that with a UV light.
Okay, and why do you think that's in there?
Well, because you've been doing a lot of resin projects with making keychains and things like that. And I think that would be a fun project to learn, but I'm not sure what it is.
It's a good guess. Chow,
Okay.
what do you think is in the box?
Some kind of pigment, liquid, paint pouring item. Because you said this, make sure it doesn't leak. So it has to have some kind of liquid in there.
Okay, so you think it's the color art I've been showing?
Yes,
Okay,
something like that.
all right, that's also a very good guess. Stacy?
What did Tracy say? Paint
Tracy thinks it's resin jewelry art.
Resin. I think it might be, well, it could be resin, or I'm thinking it's paint pouring. And the reason why I'm thinking that is because it sounds like there's liquid in here. And it's something we haven't done. And we haven't done either one of those. And Nancy told us we needed our safety goggles and our gloves. So I'm prepared. And my apron.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to get a couple of other things before we get
Oh, hell.
started.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Now I'm nervous.
Oh boy. You make a list here.
So, okay, you guys have cleaned off your desk, right? Your work
Yes.
surface is clean.
Yeah,
you
covered
have
in
your
plastic.
aprons on, you have gloves. Do you have some paper towels?
Yes.
I don't
I
have
roll
my
paper
paper
towels up.
towels. I got to go get
Oh, I
my
need
paper.
gloves.
Leah, are you still down here? I lost my paper towels. You may want to grab a dirty Versamark ink pad. Tracy, you're allowed to use your dirty
wait a minute.
Versamark ink pad.
I
Wait a
don't have
minute.
a dirty one.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
hush.
just use a crappy one.
Everybody just silence right now. Just silence. Just let me say something, okay? When Nancy came to my house, she made me throw away my dirty Versamark ink pad.
I
And it
sent
was
you
like
one
very-
too. I
Hey,
sent you a dirty
it-
one.
I'm talking about my dirty one, okay? That thing was near and dear to my heart for all my grungy stuff. Now she's telling me I need a dirty Versamark ink pad. Okay. Okay, girl.
Just use
I
the one
see
I
you.
sent you. It's semi-dirty, little bit.
All right, I'm using this
Sorry,
one
Nancy.
because my
You may
Versamark
not need it, but you may want to have. I'm
I
just
only
going to
have
tell you, you don't
one.
need to get them right now. I think our special guest is going to be joining us in a second. You may want to have Distress Oxide inks. You may want to have pan pastels.
It's jelly
Woo,
plate.
yes. Yes. I love
You
pan
may
pastels.
want to have
I
stencils,
was right.
and you may want to have embossing folders.
Oh, I forgot to say that. I didn't say I thought it was jelly plate.
And you may want to have stamps. Go ahead and open your boxes, girls.
See, I knew. I thought it was jelly plates. I said jelly plates or paint pouring, and then resin got thrown in there, and it threw me off. Dang it.
I told you she
I
was
know.
blowing us off by saying, "Oh, you might."
Can our special guest reveal herself?
Ooh,
There she
who is
is.
it?
Hold on.
This
I gotta
is
scroll.
Cheryl
Hi.
Cheryl.
from Gel Press.
Hi guys.
You guessed it. It is Gel Press.
Dang it. I don't know why I didn't say it. My dog is trying to break in. Hold on.
Whoa.
So Cheryl,
No.
while they're opening the giant box of goodies that Gel Press so generously sent to us, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do for Gel Press?
I can hear all of you guys. Not sure.
We can hear you.
Okay, great. Hey,
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear everybody.
So Nancy, want to ask her a question again? I don't think she heard your question.
Oh, Cheryl, I said if you want to, while they're opening their boxes, tell us a little bit about you and what you do for Gel Press.
Okay. Well, we're getting a little bit of delay. My name is Cheryl Baglioli, and I am the creative director for Gel Press. So you guys should have plenty of Gel Press goodies. Yes.
Holy cow. Oh my
I
goodness.
can't get my box open. Oh boy, I'm
You
in
need a
trouble.
razor blade, woman. Come on. You're a crafter.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. These are, holy cow.
Yeah, Cheryl, there's a bit of delay on Zoom. So just
Yep,
so you
I
know.
see
okay? Yeah. Thank you. This is awesome.
Digging deep.
Yes. So we got some petites, a brayer.
Is that what these are? Oh yeah, these are called petites. You guys can't see them because they're clear. Get it? You know, clear gel press.
Okay, I got my box open.
But they're little things. Like
Wow.
here's a circle. Here's a triangle.
Oh
this
my
one is a
goodness.
square. And then there's little. What the heck is this? A cloud.
Watching you guys, you would think it's Christmas
It
morning.
is Christmas.
Good morning. This is so
Oh.
cool. There's like a. The heck is this one called? It's like a speech bubble looking thing.
Wow.
So
Can we
Cheryl,
minimize
I
that or
would
turn
say
the
if you-
sound off?
Yeah, if you still have a delay,
We're trying to
Cheryl,
figure out we're having little things here.
turn the sound all the way off on YouTube and turn the sound up on your Zoom, and then you will have real time conversation with
So
us.
So turn
down
YouTube off.
Yeah, turn YouTube all the way down and turn
Yeah,
Zoom
so
all
turn
the
the
way up.
volume down on YouTube and turn up on Zoom.
Yes.
Oh.
Holy cow. It just keeps giving. There's more. Oh, it's like a mandala.
Yay.
It's a mandala, whatever you want to call it. That is so cool. These are so cool. There's more. There's a little coffee cup.
I
These
don't know.
It's not little, it's big. What did you? Oh,
There.
okay, you got the same one. A
Oh
light
yes,
bulb?
while you guys are unpacking, what you should have in your box, I believe, are 7 of the minis, and the minis are going to have 3 of the mini gel presses each. Petites, yep. You should have 1 6x6 gel press.
I'm just not
Okay.
going to see the comments.
And then you should have a brayer, you should have a set of combs, and then I believe you have 2 of the
There
larger
it is.
gel press. And
3.
they are, we want to make sure that
Three of
we
them.
call them the correct name. They are gel press. They're not jelly
Gel
plates. They are called gel press. And I know Cheryl's fixing her sound, so we'll wait for her. And then what I included for you guys are 4 tubes of matte acrylic paint. You may need to, I can't remember, but I think when you open the paint, there might be a spill stopper on the inside of those. So you may need to open that and get those out of there. But yes, so you don't have to use those paints. I didn't know what kind of paints you guys had. And in case you don't know what's going on, you just joined us, we found out that Gel Press is sponsoring Stamp Wars 15. We have Cheryl from Gel Press, who is their creative director. And these guys just opened a 6-pound box, which has 7 of, what are they? Let me show you guys.
They're called gel press.
Yes, so you
Wanna
should
call them
have
minis,
some,
but they're
you should
not
have
called
gel
minis.
press plate. You should have the gel press petites. And so the petites are really great. You can use them in card making or scrapbooking. You can use them like a giant stamp. And
Those
then
are
you've
cool.
got impressables, I think. Did you get the impressables too?
Yes.
We got 3 impressables.
Perfect. So think of those as a giant stamp on steroids, but they
These are so
take
cool.
paint and mediums and everything really well.
I've always wanted one of those. That's awesome.
I don't have any. This is awesome. I mean, I
And
have
you can use, I think that Cheryl said Distress Oxide inks work the best. I said Versamark ink pad because that helps to kind of condition. You guys have acrylic paints, which I've sent to you. But also don't forget pretty much anything you have in your crafty stash there. So inks, paints, markers, stamps, embossing folders. I know Stacey loves that one.
Stencils.
Stencils. Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
I
we
need
like
to
to
get some
say
paper.
at Gel Press, just don't use a blowtorch because it is flammable, and don't use anything sharp. So scissors or X-Acto knife, try not to use those on there. And if you use something that had like a very heavy, thick mica in it, like a glitter paint, just be careful because that could scratch the surface. If it's a fine glitter, you can usually get away with it.
Mm, okay, good to know.
And we
Good to
have Carrie helping us out on the gel press side. So
Yes.
In
if
the
you have any
chat.
direct questions, Carrie's on their side. So thank you, Carrie, for helping out. And we of course have T, who's going to be helping us out as well. So
Can I
I'm going to go behind the scenes. Do you guys want to go hands down or wait, do you have questions?
Well, I just want to congratulate somebody for becoming an admin on our channel, on your channel.
Oh yeah, that was yes. Thank you. Well, if it got overwhelming, I thought Jerry could be there to kind of ping us and say, hey, you guys missed something.
Perfect.
So that's all.
Cool. All right. Yeah.
I only played it once.
So can I take just a minute and tell you some quick tips before you get started with the gel plate?
Yes.
Can I
All
just
right,
ask
so-
one question too, though?
Yes, please.
And it might be in your tips, but paper is my question. So if you could touch on paper to use, that'd be good.
Okay.
If you have a suggestion of what paper to use, I guess.
No, any kind of paper at all, really. Use some of your junk paper, use your envelopes, use copy paper, especially when you're practicing and you're just getting started out, just use cheap copy paper.
I got that.
Yeah, a smoother paper, of course, will give you a nicer print, just like when you're stamping. Just know that a smoother paper, if you use the heavy watercolor paper, you'll still get some of that texture. So I know you guys are brand new to, some of you guys are brand new to this. Some of you probably played with it before. So the one thing that I do recommend is when you take it out, it's going to have some Mylar attached to both sides of it. Some people will keep one sheet of Mylar on the back just to keep it there, kind of like a stamping platform sort of, but take the other side off. If you take the Mylar off of both sides, take them off and discard them, or use them to make a stencil, or use them to make a window, but do not put them back on your plate. Those are only put on there as a manufacturing process to keep your plate nice and smooth and pretty before it gets to you. But if you tried to keep putting it back on the plate, you'll trap air bubbles in between, and that'll cause some indentations in your plate. So take the Mylar off first thing and move it to the side. And then your plate is brand new, the ones of you who just got it and opened it up out of the box. So you might want to just take some plain paper and put some paper on the plate, give it a little rub, and then maybe some paint or ink and do a pull or two. And that's just to season it to get it ready to go, because it's a mineral oil based. So sometimes your first couple of prints, you may find that your media is sitting on top and wanting to bead on top of it. That's part of the process. Just embrace it. And every print is going to get better and better and better. So that is tip number one. Take that Mylar off and move it out of the way. Get rid of it. Save it for another project. Don't try to put it back on there.
Favorite for shaker cards.
Yes, perfect. Yes, little windows, shaker cards, any of that. Or you can cut it and make a stencil out of it. So that would be my number one tip. And then just play with them. Do not get stressed out about it. This is a tool, it's a toy, and you're going to have so much fun playing with it. And the more you play with it and the more you experiment with it, the more you're going to have fun with it. And these are perfect size for you to make cards with and stuff. So kind of hand selected some of these for you guys.
All right. So why don't you guys go hands down, and I will give you guys the rules of engagement as you go hands down. All right. So because this is kind of brand new for you guys, we brought Cheryl along to kind of help tutor and help us out. So our stamp wars is going to be a little different tonight. I am going to give you 2 projects I would like you to create. I'm not going to throw any sabotages at you because I really want this to be a fun learning experience. And thank you, Cheryl, for being able to join us and help us out here. So I would like for you guys to make 2 cards. One of them fall themed, which I sent you the fall color paints. You don't have to use them. I would like for you guys to at least use one of the Petites somewhere in your cards. And then the other card, I would like a holiday card, a Christmas card, or, you know, whatever kind of holiday. Stacy, you need to turn, you're still sideways. There you go, now down. Perfect.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, a fall card, a Christmas card, any size. I just want you guys to get messy, to have fun, to put as much layers as you can on there, and, you know, think outside the box. I don't just want, you know, oh, let me spritz some of this and, you know, I don't want a 5-minute card. I want you guys to have fun, get messy, make as many backgrounds as you can make. And fall and Christmas are the themes. In fact, I think the more you make, the better, because I think it will show how versatile you can mass produce some backgrounds.
Yes.
Yeah, and then if anybody has any questions, we can ask Cheryl along the way. Don't forget, you can do that. But while you guys are creating, go ahead, Stacey.
Well, I have a question. What am I doing? Cheryl, can she like do a tutorial? Because I've done this only a couple times and it didn't turn out great. So I don't know if I'm even doing it right. So yeah.
Just get some stencils, get some embossing folders out, and just start making some backgrounds.
What are you more comfortable using, paints or inks?
I have paints in front of me, so I'm totally fine with using. I don't care. I'm open to either.
All right. The little so do you have one do you have the 6x6?
The just regular gel, this one, the plain one?
Yep.
Okay, let me get it out.
Yeah, let's use that one to start creating our backgrounds and stuff like that then. If you want like a little demo, then I'll show you that. So take the Mylar off.
Give me a little tutorial, please. Okay, the Mylar's off.
Yep, do whatever you want to do with that. So paint-wise, let's see here. Let me get some paints. I'm just using acrylic paints.
Yeah, I've got this, what do I have? I have some acrylic metallics and some just acrylic.
Ooh, metallics would be pretty. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's why I got them.
You can use whatever kind of paints that you want to use. Know that if you use like a fluid acrylic, it'll beat up even more because it's more of a water base, where your soft body and heavy bodies will be a little bit thicker. You really have to just kind of play with it to figure out like how much or how little you need based on what your product is, and sometimes where you're at. So for example, I'm in Florida. It's hot, it's muggy half the time, but how I use paint here is different when I go out to, for example, Arizona, where it's very, very dry. That'll take a little bit more paint and it dries much quicker than it does here in Florida. So
that's where I'm at. I'm in Arizona.
Okay, so yours might dry really quick. So you'll just have, but you're inside, so it changes. So you've got your first plate. Like I said, you haven't done any prints on it yet, so I would take just a plain piece of paper and just first give it a little rub, and that's just to take out just a tiny bit of that surface oil that's on there.
Oh wow!
Sometimes that'll help.
Very grippy, even to paper.
Yes, very grippy, which is excellent when you're trying to work with certain techniques. So you could actually put a stencil on here and it'll hold the stencil in place and you can work through it. But start with just a little bit of paint to begin with. So I'm just going to add a little bit here. And if you're not comfortable blending paints, I always recommend that you start with colors that are similar, so that when they blend, they'll make these beautiful blends instead of just making mud. If you put a bunch of opposite colors on there, it might do that. And then I always keep right next to me either journal, scratch paper, copy paper, something. This is just a little Strathmore journal pad, and that I'll use to clean my brayer off.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so we got a little bit of paint, and you can just put it on here and then just kind of smooth it out and give a little brayer. And you see as you rub it in, how it'll start blending. Now, if I continue to blend and blend and blend, I'm going to get this total solid blend. You may like that. You may like something a little bit more abstract with little spots in it. So a basic print, we could either put, if you wanted a background, you could create a background right now with just this paint that you have on there right now and create like a solid background. So add a little paper, give a little rub. This is my favorite part, give it a little massage. It just feels good. And then you can pull a print, and that could be a background right there.
All right, let me pull this up and see what happens. It's not blended in, but that's okay. I'm okay with texture. I'm all right with the texture being on here. So I'm going to throw this on.
And it looked like you used a lot of paint. So you'll have to experiment with that. Sometimes you may use less paint, sometimes more. And there's no rule of definition because it changes depending on what type of paint you're using.
That's not terrible.
No. So see, you've got those really great splotches and little blobs and stuff. If you would have brayered a little bit more, it would have smoothed out. You used colors that were opposite though. So if you brayered that a lot, it would have turned into a more of a muddy color. Yeah. Okay. It'll turn brown. We try to call it something nice. Muddy
No.
color.
Brown.
No, it's
Here, I'm
okay,
just
Jim.
gonna-
I'm here. I'm in the background, Jim. I am kind of just playing along and listening here, but I'm reading the comments, and I gotta say, Carrie and T are on top of it with answering the questions, and I'm just like, okay, I'm learning. They're asking about what kind of paints to use, and the answer is pretty much anything.
Yep.
Carrie's like, massage that plate.
So another thing that you could do is I've done the same thing, same paint. And now I'm going to take a texture comb. So I think you guys got some texture combs, and you can come in here and subtract, take away some paint, and create even a different texture. And you don't have to rub really hard either. I'm just giving nice little smooth contact rub on that.
Tracy
And-
is running away there with the Distress Oxide ink. She's got the leaf stencil out. Chow's
Good.
opening up her paint. That's beautiful, Cheryl.
That was just that was just using the texture combs. And I have enough paint left on here that I could take another print. And this is what we usually call our ghost print. So again, now because this is a ghost print, I know there's less paper. This time I will rub a little bit harder and just make sure that I get good contact. You can see the difference of the two prints.
ACT is saying roll your brayer on your scrap paper to clean that extra paint off your brayer.
Yes, yes.
Is
Oh,
that
another tip. Store your brayer upside down when you put it down. Don't put your brayer down wet on wet paint, or it will stick to your paper.
Oh, good
Okay.
tip.
Now
Good
make
tip.
it a habit to
know.
turn it upside down.
okay, so how do I get this clean then? Do I just put a piece of paper down and pull it up, or is it too late because it's
Yes.
dry?
Is it totally dry?
I have no idea.
Put a piece of paper and see if you
Put
can get a
another-
ghost print.
Or put another layer of paint over it and let it pull up.
That's
Correct.
what I was wondering. Ooh, this is kind of cool. It's brown,
Simon
but yeah.
says he's loved watching, love everybody seeing all their different prints at once.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So now if there's little bits left over, the next print you pull, like I'm one of those who I don't like to clean my plates unless I'm making a specific project for a trade show or something. Otherwise, I leave the little paint on mine and let it be picked up with the next print that I pull or the next project that I make. So if you do want to clean it, you can clean it with a baby wipe. You can clean it with a little bit of baby oil. You can use soap and water. You can use hand sanitizer, and you can use packing tape to pick up the dried paint as well.
So alcohol wipes would be okay too then?
Alcohol wipes, they might dry too fast. You can try it. It's not
They're
going to hurt
pretty
it.
wet. They're real.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. You said sanitizer, so I'm just thinking that alcohol is probably okay. So
Yeah.
okay. I still don't know what I'm gonna do, guys. Gosh. Okay.
It's okay, Stacy. I'm in the same
Just
boat. I only
play.
played with Jelly Plate once before.
I guess yeah, me too. I'm gonna get some stencils. See if I have anything. All right, so we have to do, what was our to-do list again?
You will
On
need to
fall
make a
holiday?
fall card and a Christmas card. And if you're stumped, Stacy, just make a whole bunch of backgrounds. Just play with it. I mean, you have plenty of time here, and just play and see what you get out of your backgrounds. If you look at Tracy, she's just throwing some stencils and some paint. She's brayering away. And I gave you guys a hint. I did that video last week and you guys didn't pick up on it.
What video?
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so how do I use it with a stencil?
Ta-da! That looks good.
Well, there are a few ways to use it with stencils. So I happen to have some stencils right here. So let's see what we can do. So one way that I was telling you, how you made the comment how grippy it is.
Mhm.
So if you put a stencil down, it's going to hold that stencil so it doesn't move it. So this is just one way that you could use it. Now,
that's
I will tell you also, if I can find mine here, I had it here somewhere. I use a second plate a whole lot of times, just any little plate. You could use you could use your 6x6, you could use one of your little petites or something as a palette. So I could put other paint on top of here. So we have this, I put the stencil down.
Great idea.
It works very wonderful. So I could put paint on this second little plate here. And then
So
I can
do
use
have
this.
the Ranger. I have the Ranger set, so I'll pull out.
Well, guess what? That Ranger set is made by Gel Press.
Yes, it is.
So
And
go
I also
ahead.
have through the 3-pack of the texture cones from Ranger as well.
Okay, so I haven't played with that particular set. Just make sure if it has the points on it that it's not too sharp. So
Yeah, they're pretty sharp.
Yeah, so be
careful using
careful.
them.
Some of the texture columns can be really, really sharp when they're cut out of that type of material. But I can
Okay,
use
good to know.
this, and I've used my brayer and just picked up a little paint and gone right over the stencil. Now I could put a piece of paper on here and get like a batik print on print, or I can just very carefully reach in here and lift the stencil up. Now I could use this stencil.
So you put the stencil down first, and then you put the paint over it.
That's
Right?
just one way. Yes, that's what I just did now. And you
All
could
right.
use this stencil to stamp onto something because it has paint on it.
Wow, you're
Now I
getting
have a little
all
bit.
kinds of dirty on your fingers.
Yeah, it'll wash. It's just paint. I don't care if I get paint on me. It's just paint.
I just did my nails. Come on now.
It'll wash.
Told you to wear gloves.
Where's your
Paint will
glove?
come right
Daisy?
off.
What'd you say, Chow?
Where's your gloves?
I don't
That's
want to
what
wear
I
them.
said.
I'm good.
No.
I'm good.
Robin says she loves Tracy's background. Yes,
Thank you.
Carrie linked. We have Gel Press has their YouTube site. Also, you guys will want to follow them on Instagram. They post these cute videos every day. I love watching their creations on there. Diane.
Yeah, we've got a
Oz-
print along right now that we're doing this month. So that's why we have the videos every day. We're
Yes,
doing
they're
a print
very,
along every
very
day.
Educational.
Oh.
Diana Voss says she is a fan of your Printmakers Facebook group too. So yes. T is linking everything for you guys if you want to take a look.
I have a beautiful print. Looks, Nancy.
That is
Look at that. That is
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Thank you. That's Distress Oxide ink. I love using it on a
Yes.
gel press. Yeah.
You can use most any inks on here, but when you're playing with the Distress, I personally like the Distress Oxides more than the regular standard Distress inks because they just blend better on the plate and you've got a little bit more dry time than you do with like the regular traditional Distress inks. So that is gorgeous.
What
Thank
Stacy
you.
is using is actually it's a download print, and I asked her to create a stencil for me. So we will link that for you guys. It's through one of my links. I think it's like Design Bundles or Creative Fabrica or something like that. So we will link that for you guys at the end. But it's actually it's a regular print image, and she used her scan and cut to make it a stencil. So it's not actually a stencil, but we'll link that for you guys at the end.
It's a digital paper that I made into a
Digital
stencil.
paper. There we go.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you, Carrie,
Nice.
for linking the Printmakers Facebook group.
Here's my ghost print, which is just as gorgeous. Oh my.
You're going to find that some people love the original print and some people love the ghost print. So
Okay. All right.
see, this one I won't blend as much. So
I
this
play with
time
the
I
gel
just
plate.
put
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, this time I just put paint directly on the plate, and now I'll put a stencil down on top of it. And then I can use one of my other papers. So this is the one that I stamped with a stencil. So I'm just getting another layer here. And I can put it down, give a little touch so that it'll grab the paint that's between the holes, and then give a little rub. Some people like to use their brayer. I just use my hands. And you want to clean the paint that's out of the stencil. But if
All
you
right,
have a
so this-
stencil that has bigger holes, it works better than the little holes, but it'll still pick up little holes too.
That is really cool, Stacy.
You can kind of see it. I want to do it so
Yeah, but
it's
that's
more.
what makes it fun is you have
Yeah.
this mixed media look, and so it's almost like a hidden Easter egg. When somebody
Yeah.
gets that, they're gonna be like, is there a face in there? So that's what's fun about it.
It's a little
Wow,
creepy, but yeah.
look at what Cheryl's doing. She put paint down, put a stencil on it. She already got one print off of it. Now she's got a second print. Gorgeous.
And this one, I'm putting the second print over on top of that one plain background that I did. So you've got like this layer. So I'm already
Wow.
building layers.
Yes.
Yep.
Simon says re-inkers on the gel press are a dream.
Yes.
Bernie says distress oxides work fabulously on the gel press. Yes. Everybody is really enjoying the Stamp Wars. We have 205 folks watching us.
Wow. Awesome.
Stacy, they think that you're coming along great. Your background is beautiful. Hi,
Thank you.
Cynthia. Hi, Christine.
All right. I showed some basic stencil. Are you ready for one a little bit more advanced yet while we're going?
Yes, keep
Go for
going,
it.
Cheryl. You're doing great.
Okay, good.
Ooh, look at that.
All right. So let's see.
Pretty. What did you use, Tracy? Was that the paint?
I used acrylic paint and a stencil. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you.
Now, Cheryl, is it better to have thinner paint and let it dry a little, or is it better to have thicker wet paint?
Depends on what you're wanting to do with it. If you just want to pull prints and you want to do them very quickly, let them dry a little bit. But if it's too thin and dries too fast, you may not be able to pull a print. So some people will get frustrated doing that. And that's why you really have to play to find out, well, which one works better for you and your style. I know that's not like a definitive answer, but there is no way to answer that until you play with it. Now, if you're doing layers, like I built up layers here, I let the first layer dry before that green before I did the second. So when you're working between layers, it's better to let them dry so that you don't get the blending and the muddy colors. So when you see people who will do multiple layers in one print, they're putting a thin layer, working it, let it dry, and then add another, and then add another before they pull their final print. And that's what keeps it from getting muddy.
All right, we have some questions here that are getting a little more serious, Cheryl. So
Okay,
Jim Bieber says, what tips do you suggest for alcohol inks on the plate? And I love that question because I struggled with the alcohol inks. I made a huge mess the day I tried alcohol inks.
Alcohol inks can be a little bit messy, but they do work. I suggest that when you use alcohol inks, that you use some of the alcohol to be a blender. And that'll help like saturate. And then you could let it dry. And then you could actually use paint over it to do a pull, to pull your print with the alcohol ink also.
All right, good.
So after the alcohol ink dries.
Carrie adds to that, biggest tip, don't overwork the ink. It easily turns to mud. Thank you, Carrie.
Yes. Carrie's a
Cheryl,
whiz with the alcohol.
Yes, she is on top. She's a very quick typer too. Cheryl says she loves your brick chow. Wow, I think we have a huge mixture here of people who love making art with the gel press. There's a lot of comments and feedback here, which is awesome. And then there's some new people here that are asking some newer questions. So for those of you guys that are not aware, we do have a Facebook group called Foiling Snobs Club. And if you join Foiling Snobs Club, we can all share our information there. And any questions you have, don't be afraid to ask. It's a very kind, friendly, sharing group. And you just need to join. It's not just about foiling. We love all creativity. So I love all the questions that you guys are asking.
Good. Just real quick, I took the one, I put paint down, I put the stencil, I took the paint, I put paper down and took the paint out of the holes of the stencil. So the stencil is still sitting on my plate. Now I'm taking another color to put over to fill back in the holes with a contrasting color. So I'm just gonna brayer this in. So I didn't move the stencil, I just removed the paint that was between the holes in the stencil, And now I'm coming back in and just filling in where I took the paint out. And then I'll lift the stencil and pull that print.
Look at Stacy's going bold. She's got the
Woohoo.
the large mandala out. She's got her different colors of paint she's going to be putting on there. I love it. That is beautiful, Cheryl. Oh my gosh,
Isn't that
that is
great?
so pretty.
It's a great way to get like super contrast really quick and easy.
I want to say thank you. The PayPal donations are coming in, you guys. I have a ton of giveaways. Thank you to Cheryl and her team for sending us way too much stuff. So we are going to
You're
have
welcome.
multiple giveaways, and I think each of our admins here, so Tracy, Stacy, and Chow, are each going to do some videos, and they have more than enough to also share and give away. So make sure you are following their channels as well, so that if you don't have any of these products and you want to try out, we are linking some links for you guys. Carrie's helping out from the Gel Press team where you guys can do some shopping, but you'll also have a chance to win. So make sure you subscribe to everybody's channels, and I will be giving away, of course, I probably have about 5 or 6 that I'm going to be able to give away here.
Wow, nice. Oh, I love those leaves, Tracy.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that
Stacy,
mandala.
that is really pretty.
Stacy,
Did you
that's
use
beautiful.
metallic paint?
Yeah. I like this one.
Very pretty.
Nice.
I think it would work better if I didn't put the paint on the mandala because it got into the little.
Right, like to
Grooves.
brayer it on. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's where you
braid
could
on 'em.
use that 6x6 that we sent you and use it as a
Yeah.
palette next to you. Yep.
Yeah, I've got one of the
Chow
other
is
ones.
using an embossing folder. Look at Chow. She's always the quiet one. She
I don't
put
know. I'm
paint-
doing it right though.
She put some paint
You
on an
cannot do it
embossing folder.
wrong. Just make sure if you use your embossing folder with paint that you wash it when you're done.
Thank you, Lois, for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Woohoo. Oh, I love that. All right,
Thank
so
you.
mine, I've let this dry now. This is what was left over when I lifted it up. So you were asking, what do you do if the paint dries on here? So now this is dry, so you can see I'm not getting any on me at this point. So I could take something even different here. Let's see. Oh, this does not work. Let's use some white paint. And you don't need much. And I can use this. That's probably too much. Woo. You learn. I'm just going to take some off because I put too much.
Thanks, Eve.
Simon brings up a good point. Once you guys are done making your backgrounds, you can emboss over them. You can stamp over them. You can run them through your embossing folder. So once your backgrounds are done and your prints are made, it doesn't stop there. There's so much more you can do on top of that.
Absolutely. I love to take like just my playtime prints like this, just something super simple, and use these to die cut out of and use them
Yes.
as other backgrounds and shapes. And you can just make so many things out of them.
All right. I just got a message from our favorite Australians, Crafty Critta, and they stock gel press at Crafty Critta. So for all of
Yay.
our Australians, yes. For those of
That's
you guys that are
great.
taking advantage of their special and you already have some foils in your bucket, you might as well add some gel press as well.
Isn't that sale still going on?
The sale is for foil and foil art. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so when I'm lifting a print and I want to find out if what dried underneath is working, I'll do the little peek test to see if it's working. And this looks like it is. So then I can lift it up.
Peak test. Love it.
And now I've cleaned my plate for the most part by just adding a little paint, and it reactivated that paint that was dry so that I could pick it up and do a lift print. So now I have papers everywhere now.
Me too.
And
That's
love-
the thing. You have to have a lot of space.
Yes.
Well, you know, you do have to have a little bit of space, but here's something that I do really love about this. You know, when you're working this, you're really not making super, super thick layers. So your paint, as long as you're not using like an open acrylic that dries really slow, your paint dries super quick because you're just doing a thin layer on there. So this one that I did a minute ago is already dry, so I can stack that on top of my other prints. This one will be dry soon. So
Cheryl, they're asking if you can demo an embossing folder if you have one available.
I do. All right, so I've got this one here. This one's got a little scallop border on it.
Stacy loves embossing folders. She's like obsessed with them. So yes.
I have over
Alrighty.
300, so you know, I'm a little obsessed.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Let's see. Let's pick some colors here.
Lois says all of your pulls are gorgeous. Melanie said, when I played with my gel press, I ran out of all the places to put things.
Yeah.
She said, just keep cutting paper. It's so much fun. Agreed.
Yes. And you can use the papers in an art journal. You can use them to line the inside of your envelopes. You can use them to cut tags. You can use them to do punches. You know, there's so many different things that you can use your prints with. So don't just make a pile and leave them. Do something with them.
Yeah, I love using them for die cutting.
Yes. When you're using your brayer too, especially when you're learning and you're playing with paint, when you put it on here, you know, I'm barely holding the sprayer. So I'm just giving a little roll back and forth. I'm not pushing down and just sliding it across. If you do that, you see how it'll slide and you'll get your marks from the side of your brayer.
Yes.
You're also just pushing your paint right off the edge. So just hold it really lightly and let the brayer roll and do its work. And you'll get much nicer, smoother prints without the little brayer edge lines on there too. So I know some people get frustrated with that. So an embossing folder, I can take this embossing folder and I can just press this embossing folder directly into it.
Oh,
And it doesn't, you know, one side is going to be one way and one side is going to be the other. So just, you know, be aware of that. And I can kind of split this since it's not big enough to do the whole thing. I'm going to try to half it here. See if I can line this up. So just light touch, doesn't take much. And it grabs as long as your paint's not too thick. And so I've lifted. I could take this and stamp some off. And come back and try to line that up again.
So now when we're done with the jelly plates, should they be put back into the clamshells that they don't get stuff on them and dust or whatever? Okay.
Exactly.
Don't
Now,
put the
just FYI,
applicator
we
back
call
on
them
there.
gel plates.
Oh, okay. Gel plates. Sorry.
Yep. That just prevents any, you know, brand confusion or anything like that.
Gotcha. Sorry about that.
No, just letting you know. So I put the embossing folder and just lifted some. And now you can see this really cute little scalloped ribbon border that I have from that embossing folder.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Oh, Tracy, that is gorgeous.
Thank you. My beautiful snowflake. Oh,
But you are loving
is
that
really
snowflake,
pretty.
and that snowflake is from a Colorful Life Designs, and Tracy has a discount code for them.
yep. Tracy
Oh,
Fan 10. Yep. This is the elegant snowflake. It's so pretty.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
So again, make sure that you clean your embossing folders if you've used paint on them. So I'm just using like a little stamp cleaning pad here. I'll wash that out. Or baby wipes, or throw it in a bucket so the paint doesn't dry in your embossing folder.
All right.
Yeah, I wish I had a bucket of soapy
Cindy's
water.
asking, do you recommend a soft or a hard brayer, and what is the advantage of one versus the other?
You're going to find that a lot of people prefer the soft rubber. The hard rubber sometimes doesn't roll as nice with the paint. But you don't want one that's super soft either. So you want one that
Kind of
is
medium.
very, very firm. Most of the time they will call it a soft rubber brayer. I don't like the foam brayers though, because they just suck up the paint personally. But some people do use them, but I don't like the foam brayers.
Carrie just posted, she said, want to stalk? I mean, follow Cheryl on Instagram, and she just posted your Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
Carrie, you are amazing. I love Carrie on here.
She is my right hand. I would be lost without her, no doubt about it. So
I got 3 prints out of 1 snowflake
That is gorgeous.
press. I got the main one, which is very, pronounced. Then I have the ghost, and then I put it on top of the stencil. So I like all
Nice.
3 of these for cards. Yeah.
So Tracy, did you put the stencil down first and then brayer over it, or did you?
So I did it both ways. First, I put the Distress Oxide ink down. Then I
Okay.
put the stencil. Well, I brayered the ink, okay, and I put the stencil on top. That's this one, okay.
Okay.
So that's that one, and then I pulled the stencil off, and I got this one, okay. So this was the
Mhm.
ghost print. I pulled the
I
stencil
love
off,
that one.
That's
Thank
so
you.
pretty.
and then I put the stencil with the inky side facing up. And I
Mhm.
rolled my brayer over it, and I got this print. So I do it all
Oh,
different
cool.
ways. I just
Okay.
go for it. I just flip it and turn it and just keep getting prints until I can't get any more prints off of it.
Perfect. I just love that you guys are embracing this and really playing right now, because that's kind of what it's about. I know that Nancy told us to make cards, but playing is just that. We have a saying at Gel Press that all of our plates are infused with fun. So when they make them, we have little elves that make sure that there's a little fun put in every single
Aw.
plate.
So speaking of Cheryl, give us a little bit of some of that insider information about Gel Press. I know you were telling me some interesting stuff when we've talked. So like this might, the products that are associated with your company might already be in everybody's medicine cabinet.
That's true. So Gel Press, our parent company, is called Polygel, and Polygel creates a surgical grade, medical grade gel. You'll find it a lot of times in your gel ice packs that you might put on your shoulder or your knee, or I have a broken ankle right now.
Oh no.
I broke an ankle bone and have some torn tendons, and I have
Oh.
some lovely little booties that go on that have ice packs in them that help to reduce the swelling that I got from our parent company. So we do that. So your plates, when you first got them, are actually food grade safe until you put paint and inks on them. So if you wanted to use fondant or something else like that, they are made in the factory to make sure that they're under all these scrutinies with the medical stuff. So they are food grade safe when you first get them. You could use them to roll out some fondant or, stencil some cookies or something else like that. So we do those ice packs, those little booties and the gloves that you can wear that have the moisturizing gel inside of them. A lot of those are ours, our parent company, Polygel or Nature Cure or Gel Smart, or those are some of our sister companies. So the one thing that you guys may have are the little Band-Aids with the gel inside of them, like corn Band-Aids. That's us too.
Yes.
Very cool.
Love it. And you guys are close.
Hey.
Well, I know you're in Florida, but I'm
in Florida.
Pennsylvania, and you're not in Florida?
I'm in Florida.
Right. But the company is in New Jersey, right?
Yep, we're in Whippany,
Yep.
New Jersey. And Carrie and I will actually be on the road next month doing Gel Press tour. So Carrie and I are going to Art of the Carolinas, and we'll be representing Gel Press there, demoing lots of Gel Press fun at Art of the Carolinas. And then from there, we're going to go to the warehouse up in New Jersey. And then we're going to go visit some other companies in the New York, New Jersey area. So you'll have to make sure that you're following. Well, shoot me a message. So we're going to be there November 12th, 13th, whatever that Monday is, until Thursday. And then Thursday, Carrie will come home to spend Thanksgiving with her family. And I'm going to go up to the NYSATA, the New York State Art Educators Teachers Conference. So, and
Cool.
show, because we actually offer teachers a discount. So if you are a teacher, make sure you just let us know. And we offer class packs, and we encourage gel press in the classroom. So we have a lot of teachers who use gel press to teach art in the classroom too.
Awesome. I love that you guys.
Lynn
are so
said, where
involved.
is Art of the North Carolinas? Lynn wants to know.
Art of
Where
the
is the
Carolinas.
Art of the
It's sponsored by Jerry's Artorama, and it is in Raleigh, North Carolina. So we will be there November 12th, I think, Carrie, and November 11th, 12th, whatever that Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is. So
Thank you, Bernie.
Now-
Bernie said she's liking what I'm making.
oh, lovely.
Lovely.
Now, because we were supposed to do this fall thing, I went out in my yard and got some leaves before the show tonight. So I went and picked some fresh little maple leaves and some little ferns, because this is one of the things that we love about our plates, is that they pick up the smallest little detail. So since we need to do something more of the fall line, I thought
Yes.
that
Fall
this-
and Christmas cards are where you guys should be ending some point today. I see a lot of questions about kind of like, you know, technical, what kind of paper, what kind of brayer. And I just want to say, you guys, this is the easiest product we've ever shown. It's the opposite of foiling. There is no rules when it comes to gel press. So you can use inks, you can use paints, you can use markers, you can use your brushos, you can use alcohol inks, you can use you know, your ink pads, you can use paint, you can use any paper you want. That means you can use copy paper, you can use watercolor paper, you can use anything that's going to absorb whatever you're using. If you're using alcohol inks and you want to use Yupo, so there are no rules here. It is strictly your imagination. Just go for it and just make a mess. And if some of you guys are like me and kind of control artists, I like to say, and you don't like to get your hands all inky and dirty, it's very freeing. I did a video last week showing a beautiful fall card, and some of the prints came out great and some of them I didn't love. And you know what I did? I die cut them and I got beautiful leaves out of them. So it's not just for card makers, it's for anybody that has an artist's itch, that just wants to sit and play. And you can involve your children, your grandchildren, your spouses. There are no rules here. So don't think in the technical aspect of it. I know you guys want to say, well, what's the best? What, there is no best. Everything works. And that's what's fun about this. And if you look at the cost for starting a project like this, it's very, very minimal, because their price point is a wonderful value for all of the items they offer. We've linked their shops, and they do free shipping after $25. You get free shipping directly from Gel
that's
Press.
nice. Yeah.
Yes. So you
$25.
guys want to just, you know, just have fun with it.
That's a great value.
Candace says,
to
I'll
have
be
free
watching this
shipping.
video over and over again. Yeah, and we're going to have this video, and again, a video from Tracy, from Chow, from Stacy, from myself. Simon has done several videos using Simon's inks, Simon's stamps. I'm sure he has his lunar pastes in there somewhere. He has his stencils. So there are a lot of artists out there. One thing I've been trying to learn, I need to practice a little bit, is the pulling a print, like a magazine print. So
image
there's so many
transfers.
things.
Yep.
Yes. And for you stampers, if you are looking for a mirror stamp, guess what can do that? That's right. Your gel press can do that for you guys. So if you don't like the positioning of a stamp, you want it to face in the opposite direction. Or if you're doing a water scene and you want to do a reflection, you know, we showed Kevin's stamps from Stampscapes. What a great way to do a water reflection. You just stamp it on your gel press and then go to your card front, and it's underwater and it's going to work perfectly. So it's very freeing. You can get a little bit of messy. Like Cheryl said, it's just paint. It'll wash off. Look at that gorgeous print she just pulled with leaves out of her yard.
You can see all the little veins and the details that are in it too.
Gorgeous. Tracy's cutting down her snowflake. Chow stamped on top of her background and is now heat embossing. I gotta say, Stacy, I am the most proud of you because I really thought that you were gonna struggle and freak out because I know you like to have instructions that say A, B, C, and you are just running with this. And I know there's a huge smile on your face. So you guys, if Stacy, our most like A personality here, can get down and dirty, her freshly done nails today, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this, you guys. It's so easy. It's very, very inexpensive. We all have holiday season coming up for holiday cards. Sit down, make a whole bunch of backgrounds, go back to them later and turn them into cards.
I am super impressed that the gloves came off. I'm so glad. Who was it? I think was it Tracy or Stacy that had the big gloves on when we first came on?
Yeah, that was Stacy. She had the big yellow ones on.
She went to smaller gloves.
Oh,
Yes,
I couldn't even see any, so I'm like, I'm so happy.
I have my gloves on.
Oh, they're
'Cause I'm
clear.
getting
Okay, I
old.
see that now.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
that's
all
okay.
dirty and I didn't want to.
Good.
Yeah.
If you guys are having fun watching this at home and you want to know more about Gel Press, first of all, click that thumbs up button. But don't forget to follow Gel Press. They have a Facebook page. They have an Instagram page. Follow Cheryl. Cheryl has her own blog as well that you can follow along.
Thank you.
And of course, they have a wonderful YouTube page. And that's where I learned about them. I reach out to these companies and say, hey, are you guys interested in helping us out with Stamp Wars so we can learn more about you? And I will say, I did reach out. There's another company in Philadelphia, which is local to me. But they did not follow up the way Cheryl was so excited and said, Stamp Wars, we'd love to do Stamp Wars. So thank you, Cheryl, for that.
That's
You're
great.
welcome.
We were so excited. I was so excited to send you guys this giant box, and I knew the anticipation of what are we doing? Something different. It's not foiling. It's not stamping. It's just having fun, you guys. And sometimes you just need that. You just need to sit down. Maybe you have a little bit of artist block and you just need to just get messy.
It does become, it's very therapeutic too. There's just something about the paint and the repetitive motion of the brayer and the rubbing. There's just something very therapeutic.
Stress relieving, yes.
Yes.
Stress relieving, yes.
Donna says, this is fun to watch. Thank you, guys. Regina says, Stacy, the black one is cool. They want to know if Stacy's using plain water or something special to clean her plate.
Oh, I'm using alcohol wipes, and then I'm just wiping it with water.
Okay.
After I get everything.
I just use the baby wipe is all I use.
I don't have baby wipes in my office. I just have alcohol wipes.
Cynthia says, can you use designer paper? Cynthia, you can use anything your imagination wants to use, just depending on what kind of effect you're going to get. I think you could even use some foil card if you wanted to, maybe with some of the Distress Oxide inks. You just got to be careful with it sliding around a little bit, but you can stamp on it. You can heat emboss over it. Chow just showed us that. Chow has been very quiet because she's got Kaylin there with her, but she's been stamping, stencils, embossing folder. I think Chow went through like 16 different processes, and she's just quietly working along there. Tracy's got a background and her snowflake. Tracy's putting her first card together. Looks like she did some corner rounded edges there. Stacy's got the skeleton leaf that we used on the Technique Junkie Stamp War. So a lot of you guys already have that. And any paints you have, you do not need to go out and buy anything. You already have, as card makers, you have paint, you have ink, you have markers, you have stencils, you have embossing folders, you have stamps. So just let your, and I know T is like itching to play. I know you are, T.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
Well, she was also giving a lot of hints too. So like she said, spray a little water on your plate after you do your pulls, and that kind of reactivates that distress.
I was wondering about that with the
and I did that. That's what I did with this one. I sprayed a little water And I got like this real pretty background for like journaling and stuff, but I'm going to use it as my card base.
Yeah, especially the ones that are water activated. You spritz a little water on there and it'll reactivate them, and it'll almost give you like a watercolor effect. So those can be a lot of fun.
Does the
Richard
gel
asked,
plate
does-
dry?
All
Sorry.
right, there we go. Does the gel plate dry out?
The gel, if you left it out for a very long time, if you did not take care of it, yes, it could dry out. It's a like I said, it's a mineral oil base. If you store it in such a way where it starts to dry out, just take a little baby oil or a little mineral oil and just give it a massage with that and just rub it in, and it'll soak it in. On that note though, let me just make another comment too. Like I've got mine sitting here. I put mine on an acrylic block, and then I put it on a white piece of paper just so you guys could see it. I have a silicone mat that sits on top of my glass mat just to keep this from sliding around a lot, and that just gives me some good grip. But do not put your plate directly on a silicone mat and leave it to sit there though, because there's something about the silicone and the mineral oil that don't like each other very well. It could sit there for a few minutes, but if you left it there all day or overnight or something, it could actually warp your silicone mat, and it'll pull out some of the oils and stuff from your gel plate also. So if it does look like it needs a little refreshing, just clean it and then take some baby oil, mineral oil, whatever, and just give it a little massage and rub it in there, and they'll be good as new. Some inks and some paints will stain your plate. So the more you use it, here's mine here. You can tell I do have some paint on the other side.
It doesn't hurt it. Oh, that's beautiful, Stacy.
No, not at all. It'll stain it, but it'll still print because it has that really nice squish to it. We call that durometer, but we call it squish because that's easier to remember.
Keep the questions coming. You guys are really asking relevant questions. Love them.
Good. Yeah, and like Nancy said, we do check out our YouTube channel. We have a very active and large team who does videos every week. We have videos coming out, and we have artists who do card making. We have artists who are scrapbookers. We have artists who do junk journals and a lot of art journals. And then we have fine artists too. So we have Elizabeth St. Hilaire, who does a lot of collages. We have Michael Gogan, who does these beautiful landscapes using his gel plate, and he'll take a photograph and put underneath and use it as like a little template sort of, and then paint over it and then do prints. So that's a little kind of way to create this painterly landscape look.
It's a great idea.
Isn't it? It's see-through. So if you had like a coloring book page, you could put a coloring book print underneath and then put it on top and then color in and then use it. So with kids, that's really great because they can use the markers and color in with markers and then put paint over it and lift their print. Okay, so another thing that the plates are really great for is that they can hold on to stuff when you're working on things. So if I had a piece of paper here somewhere. If I wanted to just get this to hold that piece of paper in place, it gives a good grip. So it's not going to move anywhere. Now, let's see what this one is, because I can never remember all the names. So give me a second to find out which Petite. You might have got the Petite set.
They got all of them.
Okay, so you have one that has a thought cloud, a talk bubble, and a medallion. So that little talk bubble I have here somewhere. I pulled all these out a second ago. Let me find it. I just had them. This is what happens when you start having fun and you lose stuff that you had here. I may have to just
That's
get that
why
one
I
back
have
out
a piece
again.
of paper, Nancy. I have a piece of paper under my gel plate because I'm using a silicone mat on my desk. So
Yes,
that's
perfect.
a really
That's
good
exactly
point.
what you need to
Yep.
do. All right, so that talk bubble can make a really cute talk bubble, but we were told to do something fall. So what if I take this talk bubble and if I turned it upside down?
Are you
and
going to
use
make a
this?
pumpkin?
Maybe.
What a great idea.
That is a great idea. Stuff I don't think about. So I love seeing people do stuff like that.
Yep. So I can take this and just spray her right on top of this little plate.
So Melissa,
Just a
yes,
little
the
bit more
best way
ink.
to store them is when you get them, they are stuck between two pieces of acrylic. You can throw that away or upcycle it into shaker cards, or maybe you want to do the smacking acetate method or smush method or whatever, but you just want to store them in the clamshell. You only need those two pieces of acetate for shipping. You do not need them for storing, but yes, store them in their clamshell. Great question. Carrie says your plates are playing hide and seek again, Cheryl.
I know they do that very quickly on my desk.
Cheryl Jean says, is there mediums that will stain the gel plate? So just like any art, Cheryl, yes, you're going to have some mediums that will stain them. That's not going to affect the way that they work at all. Obviously, you have
Correct.
all seen artists that love grungy looking stamps and grungy gel press plates. So yeah, you're gonna have to just experiment with them. And the great news is you have two sides. So, if one
Yes.
side is a little yucky for your liking, then flip it over to the other side. I'm sure that you can take these up to the sink and wash them with some mild soap and warm water and get all of that crusty paint off of there.
Yes, you can wash them with soap and water. Absolutely.
Awesome. Cheryl, they're saying your camera, they lost your hands down camera.
Oh, well, then let's move that back.
Kathy
should be
says,
there now.
love all your background, Stacy. Now you got it. Stacy, I need a fall card and a holiday card.
Working on it.
And Tracy, Carrie wants your snowflake card. Chow has got like 16 cards going over there.
Not surprised.
No, I messed up the other one. So
There's no such thing as a mess up. So that's probably one of the things I don't throw away. When I have a foiling mistake, I do occasionally throw those away. But when you're playing with the gel press, there is no mistake. You can save them and they become backgrounds. They become accent pieces. Like Cheryl said, they can become your envelope liners. You can die cut from them. You can run them through your embossing folders. You can heat emboss on top of them. You can stamp on top of them. I haven't seen anybody break out any pan pastels yet, but I think that's what I'll be doing on my follow-up video. And make sure you're subscribed. I posted everybody's channel because they're all going to have a follow-up video and they're all going to have giveaways. Your snowman is adorable, Chow. They're loving the snowman. Cheryl, I saw the pumpkin and now you're hiding it from us. Oh, you're cutting it out.
Sorry,
Okay,
I'm cutting it out.
So I want to hear from Stacy. What are your thoughts, Stacy? Where were you at the beginning of this and where are you now?
I was very nervous the very beginning of this because you're very correct. You nailed it. That's why I asked Cheryl, I'm like, give me instructions, I needed some idea, some bullet points to work within and be able to do what I wanted, just to kind of let go. And yeah, that was a very weird feeling for me to just let go and the freeing feeling, as you called it.
Right.
And but it happened. It was like, okay, I'm just doing whatever the heck comes to me because I feel like there's always a right or wrong way sometimes to do things. But you're right. This has it's very open-ended and that doesn't sit well with me. And I literally just calmed down now when I got everything put away from the gel press. And now I'm getting into the card making part, which I'm totally, cool with. But Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I've played with them before, but I didn't have really great results as far as I was concerned. But looking back on it now, I think I had good results. My expectations were a little bit different. So yeah, now we'll see if I can make a card out of these.
Well, you made a lot of beautiful backgrounds. I think your metallic paint is the most stunning. It's so cute. It's so very, very pretty. It's so artistic, so organic. Tracy, I know you're loving this. Tracy, I know you are on a creative high over there. I can see your little wheels turning there in your brain of all, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
So I know Tracy's loving it. So go ahead, Tracy, give us your 2 cents.
Well, I've always loved gel plates. Even before I was a card maker, I was doing this with the journaling. So this is how I started being crafty. And it's so freeing. And it just, there's so many possibilities. There's no wrong way. You just keep trying and trying different things and you're going to be amazed.
That's so awesome. All right, so we just have a little pumpkin just by using the talk bubble, but we turned it upside down.
That is such a good idea.
And then a little pumpkin. And I just literally just threw the thing together. I didn't put a whole lot of artistic skills in it just to get it there. You know, you don't have to really think on it. We have another cute little way to make a pumpkin though. I think I've seen a few people do this. I think Cheryl Waters did it the couple weeks ago, and I thought it was just adorable. But you could also use the oval. And
while Cheryl's explaining that, Amy had a great question. And Amy, I'm actually going to put myself back on camera to answer that for you. Amy's question was, can you cut down the gel press into smaller plates? I bought a very large one on sale, but I would like an oval or circle. So Amy, before you get the scissors out, I'm going to show you some options here. Let me just bring my camera back on for you guys. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you up close what was in the box because they got so much stuff, you guys. And again, Cheryl's awesome team. I've never had such a generous donation of Stamp War supplies like this. Like I was blown away, you guys. So thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Gel Press.
You're so welcome.
So they sent us 7 different of the Petite. So I'm going to show these to you guys. The one you see everybody using right now is the 6x6 square gel press. And again, what they said is when you get them, they're going to be sandwiched in between 2 thin pieces of this acrylic. You're going to take acetate, sorry. You're going to take that acetate out. You no longer need that. And I think Cheryl explained that you could get like air bubbles trapped under there and you don't want that. So that's really just for shipping. And then when you're storing this, you're just going to store it back in your clamshell. Okay. She said you can pretty much use almost anything to clean it up. The only things I heard to keep away from it were heat, sharp objects, and silicone pads. Silicone, don't let it sit on your silicone nonstick mat. Okay, so they got a 6x6. These come in different sizes and shapes. So I'm going to show you the ones that they sent us, but we have several links to Gel Press websites so you guys can go do some shopping. Remember, when you're shopping with Gel Press, it's free shipping after $25. We have Crafty Critta in Australia who's going to also be carrying these. And so you just want to check out Amazon or your local retailer and see if they will be carrying this product for you. We got these Petites, and you get 3 of these Petites. And let me see if they're named or numbered so you guys can see which is which. So this one is Hex 10812 Hex. This one's called, and these are 3-inch plates. And this one comes with a little oval, and I don't know if there's any way for me to kind of show them to you. Let me put some paper behind here. There you go. Okay. So this one comes with an oval, a little rectangle, and the hexagon. And I just was playing around with some distress oxide inks, and I made this little kind of honeycomb background. So that one's the hex one. The next one we have, this one is called 10812 SLM-CHV. So this one has, to me, what looks like an angel wing, a little kind of chevron, okay, and it has a little drop, and this drop can be a raindrop, it could be a flower petal. Again, you're not, this is a product that does not limit your imagination. So again, they're little 3-inch petites, and the code on this one is SLMCHV. Okay, so that's that package of petites. Moving on to the next one. This one is RGPLAN, and this one has this one's got a coffee cup for you coffee lovers. I know you guys are addicted. All right, so this one has a little light bulb. I have a great idea. So there's a light bulb. There's a coffee mug or tea mug or whatever you want to be perfect for pumpkin spice season. And then we have an arrow. And again, you can go in any direction with this arrow. Up, down, backwards, forward, sideways.
Or it could be a house.
Oh, that's a great idea too. A house.
Thank
Got
you
a
very
super
much,
chat.
Lee.
You got a super chat.
Thank you, Lise.
Wow, you guys are so awesome. All right. And yes, the super chats are going to help because we have quite a few of these that I will be mailing out to some lucky winners. All right. This one is Love, LOVE. And I think that's pretty self-explanatory here. We have heart. And I hope you guys can see these as I show them to you. And again, these are 3-inch gel press petites, and you get all 3 in the set here. This one has kissy lips. Beautiful. And I believe these are, yep, it's all one piece, so you don't have to worry about lining it up. And we have a mustache. This is great for the men in our lives.
Question.
So that one's Love, and again, it comes with the mustache, the kiss lips, and the heart. This is also great if you're not sure that this is something you want to kind of jump into, you're a little hesitant, start with a petite and go from there. If you're going to start with petites, I would say start with this package right here. This is the CIR, C-I-R, like circle, and this is going to give you the perfect size if you are a card maker, stamper, and you are trying to do reverse stamping, mirror stamping. This comes with your basic shape. So you have a 3-inch square, can't go wrong with that. You have the circle, and you have the triangle. So if you're just starting out and you want a set of minis, I would say this is a great basics that's going to be very versatile for you to try out with your card making if you're just doing, you know, just starting out, just being a card maker and want to start off a little small. These will fit on your stamping acrylic blocks. I was using my Simon Hurley block, which they fit perfectly on. So that one as well. We have 2 more quick little petites to show you guys. We have CALL, which has the cloud. To me, it looks like a cloud, but I guess it could be, yeah, it's called a thought cloud. We get that one. You get the thought bubble now turned into a pumpkin by Cheryl. Great idea. And you get the medallion or the sun, whatever you want that to be.
First place ribbon.
Yes. Yes. And then the last one of the petites that I have to show you guys is SLM-SWN. And this one has, I believe this is a butterfly wing. So you have a half a butterfly wing. You flip it over to do the other side of the wing. That is going to be a lot of fun. So
Mhm.
there you have one side, and then you flip it over to do the other side. You have
I think they're
this
angel wings, really.
angel wings. You have
Yeah, I mean-
the oh, those are the other wings. The ones you have,
Oh,
Tracy,
sorry.
are
Okay.
are the
Sorry.
no, you're right. There's another set of wings there. This one is a leaf or a petal, and you also have the diamond. So you get those three with that package. Did I miss the angel wings? Nope, I
They're
showed that one. Okay.
in-
So also what's available are these, I think these are the newest, which are called the impressibles. Are these the newest ones, Cheryl?
Yeah, they're probably before the petite. They're after the petites came out, the original petites.
So the ones that we have here, these are really cool, you guys, because again, if you don't have stencils or you don't have a lot of supplies and you're just starting out, who doesn't love circle background? I'm thinking bubbles for those of you guys that are into the fairy stamping, birthday cards. I mean, circles go with everything. That's just, that's my favorite shape. So circles. So this one's really fun. So this is already pressed into the gel press, and you can also, the back side is flat. So what Cheryl said before with using another gel press to kind of be your palette, the back of this is flat. This side has the circles pressed into it. So that's gorgeous. I love that one. Stacy showed the mandala.
Mandala.
Yeah. That one is beautiful. And these are big. These are 7 by 7. So you can make larger cards or larger prints for those of you guys that make your own wrapping paper, that do junk journals or, art journals. Maybe you want to do some wall prints. I mean, again, your imagination is not at all limited by this product. And the other one they sent us is called Squares in Squares. And I like this one too. This one's pretty neat. So you have different size. And if you have, you can look at this as squares. You can look at it as diamonds. It's all in how you perceive it. Maybe you have some square die cuts that you want to print this and then die cut them and make some different size frames. These are fairly large. You get a lot you can do with these. Cut them down for card fronts, scrapbooking pages. They sent also these texture combs, and each texture comb has 4 sides of 4 different textures, as you guys saw earlier when Cheryl was lifting the paint off and giving it some different textures. So you can use those as well. And I think that's everything that they got. And I also sent them some paints, but you can use distress oxide inks. You can use, as we said before, Brusho pigment powders. You can use regular
you can use
acrylic
oil paints on here too.
Oil paints. It's a great idea. Alcohol inks.
You can use Brushos too.
Gelatos. Distress crayons. Simon said he loves using his re-inkers, his lunar paste. So whatever you guys want to use.
Now you showed them what we sent you. Can I show a couple other things? Do you mind?
Yes, please do.
So if, for example, the little petite had like this little 3-inch circle, but we have other circles as well. So here's like a 6-inch circle. And
that's my favorite one. I think I use that one the most.
I love circles.
Making. Yes.
Here's an 8-inch circle. And then, when you're looking at the plates too, we were talking about how like that arrow could be a house. But the light bulb could also be a hot air balloon.
Great idea.
Carrie did a really cute little post last year. What do you see? And we were trying to figure out like other ways that we could use these things to create stuff. We also have some plates, some special new plates that we have just started coming out with. So this year last year we had our breast ribbon awareness ribbon. So this one is shaped like a ribbon. Let me see if I can find somewhere that you can
And
see it.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Correct. So, but every month there's a ribbon cause for every single month. So you could make this a pink ribbon, a blue ribbon, a teal ribbon, whatever you wanted to do and create something. So Cheryl Waters just decorated a pumpkin with this for Breast Cancer Awareness Month because she's on our team and she's a breast cancer survivor. So this one has a really special meaning to us. Yeah. So that's one. And then in April, we came out with the puzzle piece. So this one was for autism awareness. So we have a puzzle piece too. So we might be coming out with other awareness plates. Just keep
That's
an
a
eye
great
out.
idea.
Yes. And then somebody was asking if you could use these with designer papers and stuff too. So when you do start wanting to work a little bit bigger, I'm trying to grab some little things here. We have a 12 by 12.
Wow, big mama.
Yeah, so this one is perfect if you have like some old scrapbook paper that you don't like the color or it's really thin and you want to it up, but you don't want to throw it away. You could paint over it and make new scrapbook paper. So we love this one for that. If you want something a little bit bigger because you do art journaling or fabric, we have a 12 by 14. It's one of my favorites.
Wow.
I didn't even think about fabric. You could use fabric paint and print shirts.
Sure could. And then, so my dear friend, Carrie, who's on here. So Carrie is my creative, she's my assistant creative director, but she's also our signature designer for our Faith Impressions kit. So this one is a Faith Impressions kit, and you're going to get a small little devotional and tell you a little bit about using it. These are great to use in your Bible if you do Bible journaling or faith journaling, but they also work just as well in an art journal because these border plates here, let me open this up and show you.
I know Tracy is all over it. Tracy's like, I need to write this down right now.
Well, these are awesome.
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
this is the perfect size plate to use like in a border or on a journal. And so this one has like a scallop on one end and the little Ricky rack on this side. So you've got that side, or just the little plain little strip. So it's the perfect size to go in your little journal areas. And it also comes with 4 tiny dimmies. We call these dimmies because they're a little bit smaller than our petites. So this one is like a little flower shape. Carrie, correct me if I'm wrong. A little star of what I call them, little cross and a little wonky heart. So this is one big kit, and you can get these on our website too. And so you get a variety of plates and a devotional. And if you do enjoy Bible journaling and faith journaling, Carrie does an online live a couple times a week in our Faith Impressions Gel Press Facebook group, and she posts an online journal, an online devotional journal every quarter on our website. So,
wow, that's great. I didn't know that.
Nancy, I finished my cards already.
All right. I think everybody's pretty much done. Tracy's finishing up.
I'm finishing my
Okay,
I'm busy
Christmas card.
talking, so I don't have a card.
That's all right. Cheryl, I gotta say, the wealth of knowledge you guys brought, I knew this was going to be fun. I didn't realize how much fun it was going to be. And I just want to thank you for jumping in for Simon. Simon, feel better.
Oh, my
bud.
pleasure. I know. I hope he gets to feeling better.
Yes. And I think Simon has another release coming out end of the month, I think. So excited. Actually, I have a sneak peek card here. Speaking of pan pastels, I was playing around with the pan pastels yesterday, and that's Simon's Santa and Reindeer. And I made this northern, what do you call that? Lights card.
Yeah, the northern,
So
that was
I'll
beautiful.
so I'm definitely going to get some pan pastels out and use those on these gel press plates and play with them.
Well, I didn't finish my card, but you can see here that if I did my little background, I could take these little pumpkins that I did and stretch them out, make a little little slimline card or something, and then just put a little sentiment up there that says thank you. But this I did using the Petites and used them in a different way just to create these little pumpkins. So this one was the ovals, the 3 ovals together to make the little pumpkin shape. And this one was the talk bubble just turned upside down.
Love it.
Cool.
Love it. Chad, want an update on the baby?
Oh, the baby woke up. My mom had her right now.
Oh, okay. So, Chow, do you want to show your cards and then go take care of her?
Yeah, this is what I meant. I messed up the card, the first Christmas card. My heat embossing. I didn't finish heat embossing, and I tried to double stand it and move, so I messed up the first one. That's what I meant when I messed up.
Oh, but I still think it's pretty. I love that background.
Thank you, but I fixed.
Oh, that's so
we
cute.
did a snowman.
He's so
Cute.
cute.
Thank you, and I heat embossed it with a iridescent embossing powder. And
Oh, that's great.
the fall thing. I don't really have any fall stuff, so I found a tree and did the moon with the circle gel press.
That is a great idea,
Perfect.
Chow. I love
Wow,
that.
that's
Yep.
cool, Chow.
Yeah,
I like it.
thank you.
Well, I feel like a slacker here. I'm nowhere near having a
Chow
card ready.
always beats us out. She always does.
Yeah, look, she's got 3 cards. I got 3 pumpkins.
She does that.
Chow's gonna go take care of the baby, and make sure you guys are following Chow on her channel because she's gonna have an after Stamp Wars, and Chow's gonna have
Aw.
some goodies to give away. Thanks, Chow.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Chow.
Bye. Oh yeah, we have I see one of the comments. Yes, we have a ton of different shapes, and who knows what's coming down the road. Hey.
So while Stacy and Tracy are putting their cards together, what kind of questions do you guys have? I've been reading the comments. I gotta say, I feel like a slacker because between T and Jerry and Carrie, I'm just like, I got to enjoy the show. I got to watch everybody create. It was a lot of fun.
I'm trying to figure out the
It
name of the
is.
stencil. I'm trying to get it cleaned enough that I can find the name because I didn't write it down. Oh, that's terrible.
Melissa wants to know, could you cut the 12 by 12 plate with cookie cutters to make different shapes? I don't know if anybody's ever tried that.
No, you could not. I cannot imagine how you'd be able to use a cookie cutter because here, these things are very durable. So don't be scared of it. One little demo that I give when I travel and I teach is how absolutely durable they are. So if you can see, I am really stretching it and it's not affecting it at all. So for you to try to cut this with a cookie cutter, I can't imagine that would happen. Somebody asked earlier if you could cut a bigger one into smaller shapes.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that there's people who've tried to take a large one and cut it. The problem is if you cut it with scissors, you're going to get, it's going to wonk in the edges. You know, you just can't cut a super straight line because these are manufactured to be that straight up and down 90-degree angle line, and then your little curved edges. So it would get wobbly and it wouldn't sit right. That would be the problem. Our prices are very comparable. I recommend if you want something smaller, just buy one and use the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you need it. And another thing too that people don't think about is so 2 things. If you don't have a big one yet, you can't afford to buy a big one, but maybe you have a couple smaller ones, you can put the smaller ones right next to each other to make a large one. Or if you have a large one, that doesn't mean you have to use the whole plate when you're printing. You could just use a piece of it, a section of it, and go from there. But when you do want to use the large real estate, you have it available to you. Even if you tried to cut it with an X-Acto knife, you know, your X-Acto knife is going to be at an angle or what, and you just won't get a really clean cut. And
I would say
it would show.
These have a finished edge. They're not, it's not a rubber. It's not a plastic. It's made, it's vegan. And it's, you know, it's got a
Latex free
finished edge. So it's not a rubber, it's not a silicone. So if you would cut this, I can totally see what Cheryl's saying, where you would get a jagged edge. It wouldn't be a finished edge. So I think having one like this is the perfect size for me, the 6x6, because I can make my standard cards are A2 size, which are 5.5 by 4.25. But I love these little small ones because with the petites, you have the circle, the triangle, the square. So if you want those smaller shapes, you can get them. And you guys, these are really inexpensive. It's not like, you know, I'm saying go buy a $65 mink machine. I mean, you can get these for under $20, and they have free shipping at $25. And we have a couple of different links there. And they have companies all over the world which carry this, and we said Crafty Critta is now carrying them in Australia. So you just have to just get one, try it out, but think about what you make the most. Are you a card maker? Are you a scrapbooker? Are you a journaler? And kind of follow along those lines, and you can always add more, you know.
And if your local retailer isn't carrying them, just ask them to give us a call. Ask them to start carrying them. I know there's a few stores in Australia that carry them. I was there back in 2018 teaching for 5 weeks all around Australia. Yes. And
did you
I'm
come
waiting
across
for the
any
world.
big spiders?
No, I did not come across big spiders. I had the best hosts who took me all over the place and showed me their Australia. So I got to see just, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. But I can't wait till the world to open back up so I can go back to Australia and teach again. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. Tracy, looks like you're done. You want to talk about yours?
Yes, let me gather some of these prints up that I made, if you don't mind. I want to show. I have so much stuff over here, you guys wouldn't believe. In just
Mary
1
says
hour.
They don't recommend glitter other than super fine glitter, and I can see why. You know, it probably impresses into the gel press, so you don't want to use glitter. You don't want to use
and if you're braying,
you don't want to use anything sharp.
Right.
So I was going to make my card with these green leaves. This is Colorful Life stencil. This one, oh boy. I wasn't cleaning as I go. I was really getting into it. That's not my style. I just go and make a mess. I think this, I'll have to look up the name of this one real quick. But I love the way that the green looks. I love the way that it really pops off the page. I just used green paint and green and yellow paint. That's all I used for that. Okay. Wow. So I have lots of project possibilities here for the future, which I'm excited about. And then the first thing I did was the leaves, and this is just maple leaves from a Colorful Life Designs. It's maple leaves. Okay. And I made a whole bunch of leaves background. And then my card, I used the light bulb to make a gourd. Okay. So my gourd has leaves.
Oh, how brilliant was that?
That's the light bulb.
Great idea.
And then I have a stamp that says leaves falling, autumn calling. Okay. And then these leaves and this acorn, that's actually paint that I used on the gel plate, and I just die cut right. You know, I didn't even have to have perfect colored or patterned paper. I just used that print to just die cut, boom, real fast. It didn't take long at all. So I really like how this one turned out.
Nice. That is beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. And then the elegant snowflake, I put 3 different colors of Distress Oxide: Broken China, Dusty Concord, and Blueprint Sketch, which are my favorites. You know, purple is my thing. So I definitely had to make a purple snowflake. And I have a little sentiment down in the corner that says Merry and Bright. I have starting to build my stash of sentiments. And then I just put a little gem in the middle. So this is a big card. This is a 6x6 card, or 5.5 by 5.5. But I really like how that turned out. And then
that's one thing I love about using the 6x6. You can use a 6x6 plate,
Mm-hmm.
6x6 stencil, and a 6x6 card front, and boom, you can just mass produce a bunch of 6x6 cards all at once.
Yes.
Right. And then I have this one ready to go for another card. See, this is the ghost print. And so I just trimmed it to a regular card size paper. And then I can make a card out of this. And I want to make some cards with these wings. I made a whole bunch of these wings using the blueprint sketch and the Dusty Concord. So I didn't have time to really do anything with them today, but I have a lot of ideas about those. So I really had a great time. This was a lot of fun.
Good. Now, when you share your work, when you post them on Instagram or Facebook, make sure you use the hashtags GelPress or GelPressedObsessed so that we can see your work, and then we'll turn around and we'll share it too. A lot of times we try to look for work to share on our stuff. So these are awesome. I am just so happy.
Thanks. Gel print.
All right. Cheryl, do you have any questions for us? I know you just kind of got thrown into our little group here.
Yeah. No, not that I can think of yet. I mean, just when can I come back and play? Maybe. Maybe next time I'll be a little bit more prepared.
We get asked. So what we have an After Stamp Wars, which we will invite you to come back next year, and it's called Stamp With Me. And so it's basically what we do is we tell everybody the date, we tell everybody the products, and we'll say, okay, you guys, we're going to have Stamp With Me. We're going to be using this. Go order it ahead of time. This is the date. We'll be live with Cheryl, and we'll ask you to join us again, and it'll be just like this. It'll be freeing. It'll be fun. We have a lot of companies. This is our 15th Stamp Wars. So everybody who has participated so far has asked to come back and do it again, and asked to do a follow-up, which is called Stamp With Me. So we will definitely be in contact, and we would love to have you on it as a guest again. And I may call you and ask you if you want to participate in a Stamp Wars, or Carrie, if she wants to participate without knowing what's in the box. You might get a box of your own.
Both of us would be up for that. Carrie you will love her. She's just adorable. So make sure you're following her too.
Yes,
Creative Life
Carrie,
Studios.
make sure you're posting your links on there for everybody to follow you guys. Yes. And somebody asked, what's the best size brayer? So Gel Press has their own brayer. And as Cheryl said before, this is not a hard brayer, and it's not a super soft brayer. This is the perfect size and dimension. This is a 4-inch, and you can see it pops right out. So if you need to wash it, take it up to the sink. And as they said, one of the tips they gave was store it upside down. Don't put your paint on top of paint. Store it on the back side here, so this stays nice. And I never thought of that. That makes common sense, and I didn't think of it. So that is a perfect size brayer, and it's a 4-inch brayer.
But I will tell you real quick, if you don't mind. So we have the 4-inch brayer, and that's one that we carry. We also have a 6-inch brayer. So if you start working with a larger plate, the 6-inch brayer is really great, that you can cover a lot of real estate quickly with a lot of paint. But I do recommend, if you really get it, like if you start looking for things to add to your collection, a little 2-inch brayer. I love my 2-inch brayer because I can just go in and add like little bits and pieces to mine. But also, pull out some stuff here. Don't miss out on fondant rollers.
What a great idea!
So much fun. Or wallpaper rollers that have texture on them.
I never would have thought of that. What a great idea.
You're very welcome. So, and think about things that you have around the house. So I've got like a whole little stash here. You can use bubble wrap. Bubble wrap is always fun. The little, what do you call a little shelf liner that has the texture in it? I cut them up in little pieces and use them to create texture all the time. Strawberry baskets, onion bags, you name it. So look around the house. You can find texture stuff everywhere. So hopefully that helped answer the brayer question.
I got to say, Stacy, you get a gold star from me today. I know that you were totally freaking out. And I even said to Jerry, I'm really concerned how Stacy's going to be tonight, but
She
you
nailed it.
nailed it. You knocked it out of the park. Show us what you made.
Okay, so I did, well, I'll start with my first place. So I was just playing around because I wanted to do like fall colors and stuff. And so I had the pumpkin one.
Love those.
Fall I think of as Halloween time. So, but I got the metallic acrylic paint specifically for this. Like I have them sitting here when I'm ready, and I was awfully, I had more when I was forced to do it, I guess I should say.
It's just a
So,
charm.
hey, that's sometimes how it works best for me. It's just
Yep.
I'm forced to do it. There's certain stamp wars that I've been forced to do things that like coloring. Yeah, y'all know. Anyway, so I was playing with the stencil that I had made out of that digital paper, and then kind of moved on to stepped it up and was then playing with the mandala, which I
Beautiful.
thought was really cool. So those turned out really neat. And then got into the Christmas one because I had to do a holiday card. So the first ones I was doing, and again, I was doing blue and white metallic paints. So those turned out really cool. I think this is my favorite one right here. That looks just amazing. I would like to
It
see
does.
I wonder how this would work on different types of I love different foil cardstock and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's acrylic paint, so it should stick pretty good. So that would look amazing, I think, on some foil cardstock, some silver foil or something. And then I did a couple of variations from pole. I think I got 3 from each one. And then I ended up using a piece of this one, and then I threw it on with a sentiment, a foiled sentiment. So you can see the shimmer in this part, and you obviously can see the shimmer in this part. And this, for everybody who's asking, is the Jeweled Snowflakes 3D embossing folder. You know me and my embossing folders. Love them. So that's my
Nice.
Christmas holiday card. And then this was my fall card. So in the very end, I was like, I wanted something more fall. I was trying to go for Halloweeny, but didn't really pull it off. But
I still
these
think
are the
that's
two.
beautiful.
These are the two
I
pulls
think so
that I
too.
got. I was just thumbing through my stencils trying to find something that would work. And then I remembered we had this. And then I just recently got the impresslets for the 2 different leaves. And so I figured I'd throw that on there. And then this is actually it's black foil, but it's a foiled little sentiment that says it's Halloween time. So I didn't have thankful. I could not find a thing that said thankful, and I didn't want to stamp anything out. So I was just looking for something I had. I think they both turned out awesome.
Love 'em.
I love them.
So
Totally not me.
No, I think you did amazing. And I just want to share with everybody that, again, you want to follow these guys because they all are going to do a follow-up video. So if you did order, thank you for ordering and supporting our sponsor, Gel Press. Thank you for everybody who donated through Super Chats or through PayPal. I want to show you some of the things I'm going to be giving away thanks to Gel Press. So we have a 6x6 plate. We have the squares and squares. We have quite a few of the circles. Those. And we have lots of petites. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is comment after the video is over and tell me what was the new technique that you learned that really intrigued you. What kind of tip? Because Cheryl gave us a lot of new techniques, a lot of tips. So wait till the video is over. If you're catching the replay, you should be able to comment. It takes about 24 hours to be able to read the live chat, but wait until it's over. Comment what was a tip that you learned about Gel Press, and make sure you're following everybody's channel, including Cheryl's and Carrie's and T's, and we will link everybody's so you can follow everybody, and they're all going to have videos. And Cheryl's their YouTube channel for Gel Press, they have Instagram. There's a ton of ideas on there, and don't forget that Simon's going to do a little follow-up as well, so make sure you're subscribed to Simon as well.
And this month we're doing an October print along on our Instagram channel. So we've got a different prompt every day. Don't feel like you have to do all 30 days. Jump in wherever you want to and just create and do something based on the prompts and share that with us using Gel Press Print Along 2021 as the hashtag so we can find it.
Don't forget
Uh,
your thumbs up on your way out. Cheryl, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Carrie,
Thanks for
thank you
having
so
us.
much for moderating. I'm so glad to
Yes.
meet some more nice, fun people in the crafting community. We will definitely have you guys back again. And thank your team for sending us all the goodies over at Gel Press. And good
Yes,
luck on
thank
your
you.
travels and getting the world back in order and making it a more beautiful place with all the art that you guys teach everybody to create.
Well, thanks for having us and thanks for sharing the Gel Press love. Just we cannot wait to see what else you're making with it. So thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Have
you
a good
so
night.
much. Have a great
Bye,
night.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.